Everyone, back to you again to this evening's update. I just want to do a very quick update looking at the charts for next week. Didn't have time to do it in the 5-day forecast. Anyway, the 5-day forecast just looks at the next 5 days. We're going to have a look and see whether the charts are expecting the change to milder weather next week. Now, first thing I want to look at is this very alarming chart from the NAE model. This is the high resolution model from the UK Met Office. Can be found at the website Weather Online. Very alarming chart there for Friday. That's showing some really heavy snow across many parts of the country. Many inches of snow falling there. The ice bars are tightly packed. It's very windy. We're looking at gales with that, drifting, and blizzards would be likely with this. It's looking like a pretty horrendous day, I have to say, on Friday. So do keep in touch with the forecast. I'll be doing more updates on it tomorrow. But that's a very alarming looking picture there for the British Isles. Very snowy indeed for Friday. Now, having a quick look at the GFS model for next week, and we're going to start off at Sunday. We're doing it all over again. The process that we have on Friday is happening again on Sunday with another area of low pressure and set of weather fronts trying to come in off the Atlantic, hitting the cold air and stalling. What does the GFS do with that? Well, it produces another snow event for many parts of the country. Perhaps not quite as much in the south and southwest, but there'll be a lot of snow again with this Sunday into Monday. Many more inches on top of what's going to fall on Friday. So you can imagine by the end of Monday, we're looking at a lot of inches of snow across the country. As we go through into Tuesday, the low pressure is still there in the southeast. It's still a cold setup, but then the GFS wants to turn it much milder as we go into the middle of next week. Here comes the westerly winds by Wednesday. Much milder setup. That strong westerly winds feeding in much milder air and outbreaks rain, and a very rapid thaw will be taking place. So what do the other models predict for next week? Well, this is the UK Met Office model, and again we've got the low pressure coming up against that cold block on Sunday, producing snow. As we go beyond that, a real snow event there going into Monday, particularly in the west perhaps. And then as we go into Tuesday, that low pressure is sitting there just to the south of the country. But the difference with this is that this blocking area of high pressure to the north is much stronger than on the GFS. So this doesn't show a breakdown as the GFS would do. We can't go on to the next chart to Wednesday to see what happens. But there's no quick way out of this block setup. So I think the UK Met Office is keeping it cold throughout most of next week. ECMWF Sunday chart, we've got the low pressure here to the southwest, weather fronts coming up against it, producing snow as we go into Monday. That low pressure becomes a very deep feature to the southwest of the country, producing a lot of snow across many parts of the country. And then that low pressure sits just to the south of the country as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday. There's the chart for Wednesday when GFS was showing westerly winds bathing the country. The ECMWF shows are still locked in that easterly wind, and this low pressure to the south is producing more heavy snow. So the ECMWF is keeping it very cold well into next week as well. Finally, the Canadian model with GEM, that's showing the low pressure coming up against that block again on Sunday. Moving out beyond that, the low pressure then takes a very similar track to what we see on the ECMWF. Actually, it starts to sit just to the south of the country. There it is, sitting just to the south, bringing in this very cold easterly wind. The blocking area of high pressure still dominating from Scandinavia, stretching out to Iceland. That wind is bitterly cold from the east out to the middle of next week. No sign on the Canadian model of a quick breakdown. So you have to say the GFS, it may not be wrong, it may be picking up on a new trend, but the GFS seems very isolated this evening. Most of the models are keeping it cold well out into next week, if not throughout the whole of next week. Cold and wintry weather looks like it holds sway for some time. Now, come back tomorrow morning. I'll be looking again at this snow event that's on the way for Friday. Very significant snow on the way on Friday. I'll be looking at it tomorrow, so come back for that. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.